Before this video starts, don't forget Chelsea versus Man City is the Kickoff live show this Sunday, 4 o'clock, live on the Kickoff YouTube channel. I'll see you there. Welcome back to the Kickoff, and Newcastle are now bottom of their Champions League group. It's not going great. Arsenal fans seem to be loving it, which is a bit weird. You guys still worried about last week? Remember? Dick you down. Sorry about that. Still happened, because Dortmund beat us. Doesn't mean you did. I kind of understand it, because it sort of hit me when I was seeing the tweets come in, like, Arsenal fans loving it, and I'm like, why are they bothered? We were never supposed to win the Champions League anyway. Oh, that's right. You really thought you had a chance of winning the Premier League title, and we ruined that. So, who had the last laugh? Sorry. You'll get over it. It's fine. It's just another season, trophyless, for a big club like yourselves. No pressure on us. We've got the Saudi money, baby. We got it all coming. It's guaranteed for us at some point. You lot really need to win something soon. Pressure's on. But it's fine. Forget about it. Forget I said out. Just chill. Yeah, we are bottom of the group. It was the group of death for a reason. It's bloody hard, this one. And we're really still in with a chance of surviving somehow and getting Europa League, or even still might even make it through if a miracle happened. Not expecting that. And I know I made my name sort of kicking off about Newcastle and complaining that they didn't care, they weren't trying and all of that. And it was true. But I'm also not someone who's going to show fake outrage and kick the lads when they're down, when they're clearly trying their fucking hardest, yeah. But I am going to be honest. I do think Eddie Howe got it wrong. I think he set up wrong. If you look at where Dortmund are vulnerable, it's in behind, you know, out wide where Leroy Sané was able to exploit them. And yet, out of the two wingers we do have that aren't fit and natural wingers in Gordon and Almiron, we didn't start either of them. And we were really cautious in that first half, sort of invited the pressure and looked like we were sort of trying to keep it tight for as long as we could and then nick a goal later. But it was a bit of a let-off for Dortmund because we were so disjointed by not having those wingers to play out to then connect with Callum Wilson, that Wilson was isolated and Dortmund really didn't have a threat to worry about, so they could just pile forward and apply the pressure. And yeah, I think Eddie Howe got it wrong. And for the goal, you know, it's rare that I'd say this, but we were a fucking shambles. Normally we're so well drilled and it was bouncing all over. We looked like we didn't know where to go. It was like watching beach volleyball, but without the hot chicks. Really depressing. And then to see a yellow card given to Lewis Hall, I have to mention this because it was the softest yellow card I've seen in my life. And after all the criticism of Premier League referees, and we all think like Champions League referees, that's the standard. This was shocking. It was literally two blokes running for the ball, one pulled the other. It was literally a nothing moment. To give a yellow card that early to a young lad like Lewis Hall, it was fucking criminal. In the second half, it actually did get better. Like we threw on those attacking options. We went for it. Joe Linton had two opportunities to head the ball in the back of the net. And you're thinking, how can you miss that? But the reality is, this is why he's not a striker. Like, he's much better deeper in the game, in my opinion, as he showed against Arsenal. And these lads are overachieving so much that when that sort of stuff happens, and you've just beaten Arsenal, and you've just beaten Man United, I kind of have to forgive it and just go, lads, we're down to the fucking bare bones right now. You're in the Champions League away at Dortmund, who are very experienced at this level. The majority of these lads, I think only 4 of the entire squad have even played a Champions League game before. We're just not ready yet. Don't get me wrong. On our day, we are absolutely a Champions League football side. And clearly when we play front foot and we are aggressive and we have all our players fit, we can beat most teams in the Champions League in a one-off game. But the stars need to align for that. And right now, with Tonali banned, Jacob Murphy injured, Dan Burn injured, Harvey Barnes injured, Elliot Anderson injured, Sven Botman injured, Bruno Guimaraes suspended next game, Alexander Isak injured, Callum Wilson now injured. We don't even have a striker left. We're a million miles away from the stars aligning. The shit is aligning. A lot of teams complain about an injury crisis. We were worried at the start of the season that even with a fully fit team, we wouldn't be able to compete in the Champions League, let alone the state we're in now. And it's not as if the lads are just going out there and fucking it off. They're just getting beaten by a team with more experience, less injuries, and that home advantage. And that's just going to fucking happen sometimes, unfortunately. There's not one player on that pitch who I thought, oh, he didn't give a shit. They all tried. There were a few silver linings, like Lewis Hall looked really good. Livramento, wow. We've got a player there. Like, he looks good enough to play for Man City, this kid. But he doesn't play for Man City. He plays for us. He's going to be one of the best fullbacks in the Premier League. No doubt. I'm astounded at how good this lad is. He could be world class, this kid. And it was also good to see Lewis Miley, 17 years old, get on for Newcastle. I really want to see him used more in the team this season, given the Tonali situation and all the other fucking injuries we keep picking up. Now, the worry now for us is would it actually be bad for us to make Europa League? Hear me out. I'd love to win the Europa League, but But right now, our squad is a shell of what we started the season with, and it was thin to start off with. And Europa League could absolutely ruin the rest of our season, potentially. And if the reward isn't there to win it, which is very lucky to get it, what impact is that then going to have on us? We're dropping like flies. We can't continue. So it might actually be a blessing in disguise if we drop out of the whole thing completely and just have the Premier League to focus on for one more season. Then we can have a January transfer window and a summer window, and potentially, if we're in the top 6, prepare for Europa League next season. I think Champions League is going to be really hard. I'm not saying we can't get there, but with these types of injuries, it doesn't look odds on, to quote Sandro Tonali. Sorry, mate. So we're fucking desperate for transfers. I mean, we need at least 3 players at this rate. We've got no strikers left right now. And I love Anthony Gordon, but he ain't a striker. We're in fucking deep shit. We need a young striker coming in, maybe a midfielder, and definitely a centre-back. And as for Eddie Howe, this is his 2nd year anniversary as Newcastle manager. When he took us over, we were staring Championship football in the face. Now, we're struggling in the Champions League, but we're in the Champions League. And when I look at these players against Arsenal the other day and against Dortmund, we are overperforming to an insane level. I don't think the rest of the Premier League even understand, because you take what you find, you don't pay attention to other clubs as much. The technical ability of a lot of our players, and I say this with love and respect, it ain't great, but they fucking try so hard that they over-deliver so much, it's a joke. And that's probably why Arsenal fans are raging at us, because truth be told, with the level of quality they have, we should never be beating them. Thanks to the referee, though. We got the job done. Nah, just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to continue to back Eddie Howe, because for me, one mistake last night doesn't change 2 years of perfection. And I hope the Newcastle fans feel the same way, because, yeah, the lads made the odd mistake last night, but this is a great group of blokes we've got here, and they are absolutely massively overperforming. Seeing them against PSG, smashed into bits when we had a fully fit team, and some of the other performances this season, even with major injuries and the suspension of Tonali, we're not far away. So as much as everyone probably thought I was going to have a bit of a cry today, afraid not. I'm still proud of this lot. I still think we're doing the right thing. We've got a great manager, great bunch of players. Just need a few more signings, and we're going to be a serious force in world football. I think the hardest bit for Eddie Howe is to just keep morale high while we are being so depleted, and we will start struggling soon given the huge players we're missing. And it's just about keeping us within a chance of getting Champions League football, so that if we can buy in January, we make it. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do Newcastle make Champions League again this season or not? Or should I be being harsher on the lads? Were we shy? Whatever. Let me know what you think. I want to hear it in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, and don't forget the kickoff is back for Chelsea versus Man City, 4 o'clock Sunday. We'll be live on the Kickoff YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.